Welcome back to the channel everyone, and today I'm going to be going over the storyline of the character Russman from the Black Ops Zombie storyline. If you're enjoying Call of Duty content and all the storyline videos, then make sure to like and subscribe, and my playlist of all of my storyline videos are in the description, so make sure to check them out and don't miss on any of them. I suggest watching the very first one, because I did all the maps to Black Ops 1, 2, 3 and 4, and later on in the future I am moving on to Cold War, I'm moving on to Call of Duty Ghosts, and I'm moving on to the Black Ops 4 maps that aren't the Aether storyline. So let's get into the storyline of Russman from Transit, Green Run, Black Ops. Let's do this. Russman was a former Broken Arrow agent before an outbreak of zombies at the Shanghai facility, which was either mistakenly or internationally caused by members of the Broken Arrow, possibly Russman himself. During his tenure at Broken Arrow, he and George Barkley travelled to Camp Edward and transferred a sample of the entity trapped within the APD to a site in Hanford, Washington. The outbreak at the Shanghai facility was connected to the larger global zombie pandemic that followed Richtofen's grand scheme. Around the time of the incident, he became homeless and began to travel around the world. At some point he met Samuel J. Stillinger and the two travelled together. Russman also conducted a bus driven by a robotic driver to a town in Washington where he and Stillinger met Marlton Johnson and Abigail Misty Baraton. It was here that the four survivors were contacted by Dr. Ludwig Maxus, who instructed them into activating the pylon tower located there, which acted as a polarization device. At the same time, Stillinger also heard the voice of Edward Richtofen in his head, telling him to activate the tower in his own method for unknown purposes. After activating the tower, the group was teleported by Richtofen to a skyscraper in Shanghai. Russman managed to save Stillinger, who was talking to Richtofen at the time, from a horde of zombies. However, he was then tackled by a jumping jack and was ripped in half. The other three were killed soon after as well. However, Richtofen then somehow revived them, though they had no memory of being killed, in order for them to carry out his tasks. Once again, Maxus and Richtofen continued to give the four survivors instructions on activating the second polarization device. After the task was done, the group travelled on foot towards Africa. They set up camp in the desert, planning what to do next. The day after, the survivors proceeded to the rift and ended up in an underground western town. Here, Maxus and Richtofen continued to give the survivors instructions to activate the third tower and warned them of the instructions. They survived his endgame, however, and in the Call of Duty Zombies comic, they are returned to the surface by way of teleportation, beginning a new journey to assist Primus Richtofen in acquiring the Chronorium. This would lead them to be frozen in Richtofen's lab underneath Alcatraz, as Primus Richtofen intended to collect their blood for his insurance policy. He, along with the rest of Victus, would be awakened beneath Alcatraz by Ultimus, now undead Ultimus Richtofen, and sent to Siberia, where Victus would be tasked with constructing the Argarthan device. After the device was completed and sent to Nikolai Belensky, it was used to banish the multiverse to the Dark Aether along with Victus. And there you go, that is the storyline of the character Russman from the Call of Duty Black Ops Zombie series. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and give a comment of what you would like me to do next. But for now, I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.